everyone, welcome back to the Craftober Spooktacular. Today, I'm sick. Have been for a couple days, but we'll get through it and let's move on. Today's project is a skeleton garland, and this is what you'll need. For this project, you're gonna need a template, some kind of backing paper or felt, and one or more colors to be the actual skeleton itself. Also in either paper or felt. There was a sale on open stock paper, so we got a couple of those. You will also need some string to hang them up, glue to put everything together, and some scissors to cut it out, for obvious reasons. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now, in full transparency, I was inspired to make this by this guy, who I found at TJ Maxx, who you can't really tell in this light, but is a kind of holographic sort of skeleton. If you want to buy it instead of doing a project, you could go MeriMeri. Alright. And also, you need some kind of drawing/writing device, like the pencil you see here. So, step 1, cut out the template. Now, what you could do, if it's pretty much symmetrical, is you could just fold it in half and cut out the pieces that way, or you could just go around the edge like usual. Ordinarily I would just fold it, but I wanted the eyes to be different sizes, so yeah. And when you're cutting out the template pieces, it doesn't have to be exact, just to, give you an idea of where to put everything. And if the mic is picking up the random outside noises, like the lawnmower and the blower that were just there, sorry about that, but that's kind of part of the whole filming outside thing, I think. So there we have the head. Alright. And the rest of them, at least for this version, is just a series of rectangles. So, for ears, if you want to make it anatomically correct and have separated long bones and all that, you can. It's just this is a pretty basic version. Alright, so we've got everything cut out. Now time to trace it on here. Alright, so we traced out the template on the first one, and the pieces are in the bag over there. What I do sometimes is just kind of do a rough cut around the pieces, especially if there's a lot of tiny things like this. And then we can just put this off to the side for now and deal with the pieces. Alright. So I would suggest doing this either over a trash can or at least some kind of bag. So now it's time to do the layout. Alright, so Mr. Skeleton has dried. He's all secured to the paper, like so. And now it's just time to cut him out. So you can either do it kind of boxy, so like just kind of a general whatever, or you can cut it like really close to the bones that you made. And we're going this close because this hand up here got a little too close to the edge. And I don't think I mentioned before, but the colored paper that I've been using is like what you might call scrapbook paper. And the backing is just regular construction paper. But again, you can use whatever materials you have or that call to you for the project. Okay, now there will be a hole punched either up top here or through the actual skull portion, so be aware of that when you're cutting, or you could just use them to decorate the walls. You know, tape your skeleton friends up. So that is our little skeleton friend that the camera is actually recognizing Skilly's face. That's cool. That's kind of weird, but that's cool. Okay, now something to keep in mind for construction paper and just paper in general, depending on how old it is, you need to be more or less careful with it. Like this black back here is from either the early 2000s or the mid to late 90s. So it's been in the garage for a while, which is partly why it's like it can kind of tear a little bit easier on the edges there. But you get a good, nice, interesting kind of patina with it too, sometimes. Alright, so instead of putting a hole through his head like I originally planned, we're going to put a piece of paper across the back of his head. and I quartered off the string. I think I cut off about an arm's width, well, the wingspan, so your arms fully open, and just kind of sectioned it off into 6 parts. So, right there. Alright, so I just cut a little rectangle of the black to put over the back there, using the same tacky glue as before. Depending on how you want to do this, you might need to put a bit of glue down so that you have something to attach the string to. So we'll just set that across like that. And to make extra sure that it stays on, take the guard paper and just kind of press it down like so, and leave it to dry. Be back in a bit. I will say that trying to have these as a garland, especially outside where there's wind, has its set of challenges, like the wind, but I quite like how they turned out. And the dance. Alright. Depending on the poses you end up going with, you might need to reinforce the back a little bit, especially with the arms and legs, with like a popsicle stick or something, playing depressor. But otherwise, I quite like how they turned out. And it's got individual personality and all kinds of things. If you want to see more DIYs and random other fun things for the rest of October, subscribe down below, click the bell, make sure it's on so you're notified when there's an upload, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.